Greetings petrolheads, welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Today we have a Salem Spectre here in our garage. It doesn't look that bad. Well, it's missing the rear bumper, but other than that we've had much worse cars in our garage before. When it comes to restorable, cars. But yeah, this was actually requested. I'm sorry, I forgot who requested it, but we will do it. And after putting together all the body pieces again, we will replace the rims just as my usual routine is. And there we go. This is the kind of modern Mustang type of body that I'm sure you've seen before. So let's replace the rims here. And by the time this video goes up, I have probably already received my sport air filter for my Golf. I'm pre-recording this in case you're wondering, but yeah, I'm sure the air filter won't really necessarily blow the doors off or anything like that in terms of extra performance. But I'm pretty sure it'll help a little bit, and every little bit helps. That's a weird sentence to say, but so we sold everything that was once on the car aesthetically. So now this car does have ABS, doesn't it? I'm not just blind, or does it not have ABS? It does not have ABS. Alrighty then. So, give me a second here. Alrighty, so let's start with these things here. I don't know if you guys who are watching this series regularly also watch my automation videos. If you don't, or if you haven't seen today's video yet, go check it out and watch it please, because there are a couple of very important things that I'm noting in that episode. Like I'm talking a lot about the channel, about my channel name change and all that, the meaning of that, the future of the channel maybe perhaps, and like if you want to call it that. And just it's a very important video to check out if you're interested in how this channel is going to be going. Like, the schedule is not going to be changed, but just general things, my name change, my future with the channel and everything. So with that, now that you're back, we will continue on. This car does have regular shock absorbers. It's not a double wishbone car, is it? No. Righty. So front springs, front steering knuckle A. Yeah, that's what it has. Now the cross member, is that the regular one. And the front sway bar, 2 front wheel hubs, a V8 gearbox, 2 of these, 5 of these, 8 ignition coils, 2 lower suspension arms. And then we need the rear axle knuckle housing A twice. The rear drive axle. And 2 mufflers. Those are shock absorber A that it has. Then everything here. Rear sway bar B because it is rear drive. Rear wheel hub. 10 of these. And 2 of these. Then 8 spark plugs. Yeah, the A-links, and then 2 of those. The throttle, 2 timing belts. The cover for it. This, 2 bearings and 2 caps. That should be everything for this car. So let's get right into this. And yes, I am starting differently with the whole disassembling part than usual. Just to mix it up a little bit, just to try something else. So I think I'm gonna do all the timing related parts first, like right after this. No, you wouldn't know it. I'm gonna take the exhaust off first and then do the timing, and then I'm gonna lift it up and do my usual thing. Overall, this car seems to be in pretty decent condition already, which is completely meaningless for the purpose of, you know, we're gonna restore the whole car anyway. But the good thing about the car being in pretty decent condition is that once I sell the parts, once I sell the old parts, I should say, they're gonna be worth more money than if they were in terrible condition, which is nice. So yeah, we're gonna lift it up now. Got the oil drain in here. So let's get the exhaust out of here as much as we can, at least. Then take out the drive shaft. Then the starter and the gearbox. And then we're right back here with the the front suspension. We've already basically dismounted everything on one side. Also, since I have nothing else really to talk about right now, did you guys know, I mean, I'm sure you've heard that that a new Need for Speed is coming out this year. I might have even mentioned it in another car mechanic simulator episode before, but the release date is 5th of November, and like my plan is to pre-record a lot of videos before that, so that once it's out I can sit down and just play hours and hours and hours of the game while recording everything, and then uploading one video of Need for Speed every single day in addition to my regular schedule. That's the plan. I hope it'll work out. Obviously if there's a lot of stuff to do for university by that point, that probably won't happen. Then again, I'm committed to this whole YouTube thing right now. I want to at some point be able to do this full time and, you know, make a living out of it. Because as of right now, my monthly revenue is about as much as it takes to eat at McDonald's twice. So we're still pretty far off. But I'm not gonna get any deeper into this. So let's actually we're almost done with the rear of the car as well. Just a little bit of work here, and then taking out the suspension cross member, and then getting back into the engine section of this car. So, alrighty. We can take this out and this. Get it down. And now, well, unmount everything else about the engine. So the engine heads off. Pistons are out. So now we can lift it up and take out the crank. And then get it down once again in order to take out the engine block. So, brake servo, just all the simple things that aren't really disturbing when you're putting them in prematurely. Also including the air filter. I'm not gonna put in the radiator yet. I think I've mentioned this 100 times already, but I think it's just in my way when I'm trying to work on the timing parts of the engine if I put it in prematurely. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that for now. Now let's lift up the car again. And just put the whole suspension back together. So the wheel hubs come in here, then the bushing over there. You don't want to drive a car without shock absorbers, which is why I'm handling this right now. Ready? So now we got this handled. Let's go here to the oil filter, put the crank in, bearing caps, then rotate over to the gearbox section. Don't forget about the starter. And then we're already on the correct side to, you know, put this side of the suspension together again. Good. Now the rubber bushing, and then we're already at the brakes again. Good, now let's go to the rear end. Yeah, we were able to access the fuel pump. Good. There's more rubber bushing, then this suspension arm right here. Please, thank you. And the brake disc, the drive axle. One drive axle at least. Let's get in the drive shaft again. and then fit the middle mufflers and make our way back over here. So we still wanna not forget about these suspension arms here. Righty, and I think there we go. That's pretty much everything except for the engine complete. Good. Now the spark plugs and the cam gears, and then move to the other side of the head, or of the block, because the head's not on there yet. Now it is. Good. Now the cam gears on this side, and we can get the timing belts in here. So now we have about 60 idler rollers. Actually it's only 2 idler roller A and 5 of the B variation. It's not that bad. I like to exaggerate it a little bit. So there's the belt tensioner, there's the serpentine belt A, and then there's the last idler roller. Now I feel comfortable putting the radiator in. There go the ignition coils, the coils cover, the fuel rails, and yes, I see the throttle. I'm not going to forget about that. So there goes that. Then here's the throttle. Oh yeah, and one more thing about my car. Since there's no since I know that the sport air filter is, you know, not gonna really make that much of a difference, and since there is no performance intake for a Mark III Golf diesel, I played with the thought of should I maybe replace the injector nozzles, but I have absolutely no clue. Like, I have no knowledge about that part of the car, and I don't know how much of a difference they make. Like, I've checked some forums, and you know, some people say by only replacing the injector nozzles, they got this engine, the 90 horsepower engine, up to 152. I don't quite believe that, but I mean, it's also a pretty hairy thing to do, because I found a guide on how to replace the injector nozzles on your on that engine, but you gotta be really careful not to bend or break anything, because if you do, then you're not even gonna be able to put it back together and drive to your workshop to get a replacement part, to get a spare part. Anyway, that is the Salem Spectre. It's worth 90,000 now. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.